So this is not me saying AI is bad, not at all. This is me saying use it, learn it, let it help you. But please, please, please do not confuse the tool with the designer because AI is my assistant. It is not my replacement. And that is the conversation we really need to have. I love AI. I really do. I know this might be unexpected because every time people talk about AI and design and the creative industry, it can quickly become a big dramatic thing. Like, is AI going to take away our jobs? Is design dead? Will clients ever need us again? Should I just pack up my MacBook and do something else? But no, this is not where I'm going with this. Because for me, AI is not the enemy. AI has become my personal assistant. It helps me sort thoughts. It helps me clean up my admin. It helps me sort through my ideas. It helps to organize all the ideas I have in my head. Space where I can just brain dump and it starts helping me to organize it. And in the life of a designer, a business owner, a mother, a wife, a human being who just sometimes just want uninterrupted space to just do design, I love it. It's very helpful for me. So this is not me saying AI is bad, not at all. This is me saying use it, learn it, let it help you. But please, please, please do not confuse the tool with the designer because AI is my assistant. It is not my replacement. And that is the conversation we really need to have. Not fear, not hype, not panic, just a real conversation about where we, as designers and creatives, still fit in this very fast and very noisy and very AI saturated world. Because we do fit, maybe more than ever. But not if we stay lazy, not if we stay bitter, not if we keep moaning about change while the world keeps changing and moving forward. And my dear creatives, the world is moving with or without us. I've been in the design industry for over 25 years, which feels wild to say out loud because everywhere in my mind, I'm still the young designer trying to look like I know exactly what I'm doing while secretly praying nobody asks me for a technical question. But I've lived through a lot of change in the design industry. I started with FreeHand and QuarkXPress. Some of you might not even know what that is, and that is okay. Let's just say it was a different time, a time of many files, many exports, many prayers, and many moments where the computer would just decide not today. And then Adobe came in and grew into this powerful creative world with all its beautiful tools, Photoshop and in Illustrator and InDesign, and I had to relearn everything again. And now arrived, and the design world had a little identity crisis. Some designers loved it, and I'm one of those, and some just hated it. And now we have AI. And once again, the question is just floating all around of us. Is this going to replace us? But I think that's the wrong question. The better question is, are we still growing? Because tools change. They always have, they always will. The pencil was a tool. The printing press was a tool. The computer was a tool. Freehand was a tool. Adobe is a tool. Canva is a tool. AI is a tool. The tools change. The responsibility of the designer does not disappear. And this is where I want us to breathe just a little. Because yes, AI can do a lot. It can write, it can generate, it can organize, it gives us opinions, it gives us options, it can help us move faster. Canva can help you create quickly. Templates can help you start. Software can help you execute. But who is feeding the information? Who is guiding the process? Who is giving the prompt? Who is reading the prompt and saying, not quite there yet? Who is shaping the outcome? Who is deciding what stays and what goes. Who understands the client, the market, the feeling, the story, the bigger picture? It's me. It's you, the designer, the creative. The computer is not leading the process. The program is not holding the vision. The tool is not making the final call. The designer is. Or at least the designer should be. And that is where the human advantage lives. I think this is where many designers are getting scared. Because for years, we sold design as a thing people can see. You know, the logo, the brand, the social media, the website, the brochure, the packaging, the car branding. You know, the beautiful end result. And yes, that matters. Of course, of course it matters. It's our work. It's what we've been taught to do. We are visual people. We love the final thing. We love it when colors work and type suits beautiful and within the emotion of the end result. But the visible part of design was never the whole story. It was never only the logo. It was never only the layout. It was never only the pretty mock-up on a coffee cup next to a linen napkin. The design is maybe 20% of it all. The rest, that is where the real work lives. The thinking, the listening, the asking, the problem solving, the emotional intelligence, the client management, the business understanding, the experience, the mistakes you made and which you learned from, the instinct you built over years, the ability to see what the client cannot say yet. That is the rest, the 80%. And AI cannot live that for you or for me. It can generate something, but it cannot understand the room. It cannot sit in a meeting and feel that the client is actually not upset about the color, but scared of being seen differently. It cannot hear someone say, "Can we make it different?" and understand that what they really mean is, "I don't trust the design yet." It cannot feel the tension in a rebrand where the founder is trying to let go of the old business while stepping into the new one. It cannot know the local culture, the small business story, the history, the family pressure, the budget fear, the boardroom politics, the little thing that matters but was never written in a brief. That is the human work. That is the designer's work. That is going beyond design. That is going beyond AI. And listen, I am not saying AI cannot help. It can help a lot. I use it. I enjoy it. I see AI and Canva like my junior interns. Very quick, very useful, sometimes brilliant, sometimes very confused, sometimes giving me something that I'm like, "No, sweetheart, we're not doing that today." And that is all fine because an intern still needs direction. An assistant still needs leadership. A tool still needs a hand. And this is where I think designers need to stop giving their power away. If AI gives you something average and you just accept it, that's not AI's fault. That's your fault. That is a taste fault. If Canva gives you a template and you use it exactly as it is, and then you complain everything looks the same, that's not Canva's fault. That is a thinking problem. The danger is becoming so dependent on the tool that you forget you have a creative eye. The danger is using tools without taste. The danger is thinking fast means good. The danger is becoming generic because it is easier. And I don't say this to shame anyone, please. I say this because I think we need a little wake up. Because if you sell a logo, yes, AI might feel scary. If all you offer is, "I can make you something pretty," then yes, the market is going to feel very crowded because now everyone can make something look good. AI can make something look good. Canva can make something look good. Templates can make something look good. A logo generator can make something look good for 5 seconds on Instagram. But looking good is not the same as working well. Looking good is not the same as meaning something. We are not just decorators. We are here to understand and to guide, to question, to translate, to simplify, to bring direction, to make decisions, to help people see what they could not see before. AI can create options. A designer creates direction. And that is very, very different. And I truly believe the world always finds its balance again. Maybe not immediately, and maybe not perfectly and neatly, maybe not in a cute way or the visually beautiful Pinterest way that we might think it should, but it always comes back to its natural state. Nature always takes its place back. You can build and build and build, but somehow the green comes through the cracks again. And I think creativity works the same way. When everything becomes too fast, too polished, too perfect, too generated, too smooth, too much of the same thing, people start craving the opposite. They start craving the hand again. The brush stroke, the pencil line, the paper texture, the print smell of magazines, the slightly imperfect edges, the real photograph, the real story, the person behind the work. Because people are not machines. We still want to feel something. We still want to know there was someone there behind the work. Someone's thought about it. Someone's touched it. Someone did care to do it. And I believe that being real, human, imperfect, grounded in real life, and living with your feet on the earth will always win in the end. Not because technology is bad, I love it, but because we were not made to live flat. We were not made to scroll and generate and consume constantly. We were made to notice, to be still, to make, to feel, to create from something deeper than a prompt. And this is where I think the next shift is coming. I can feel it already in the air. Analog is definitely coming back in some form, not instead of AI, but definitely alongside of AI. I don't know if you've seen these analog bags that on social media. Go Google it. It's quite fun to look at. I also have one here. It has coloring ink pencils and needlepoint pictures, a reading book, anything that's not technology. And it is fun to see other people's analog handbag. Go Google it. I see AI as the helper, but the work that will always stand out, that will come from designers who are in touch with the real world. Designers who know how to print. Designers who understand paper. Designers who know finishes and folds and margins and grids. Designers who can draw, or illustrators. Designers who can paint, or just painters. Designers who can take real photographs, or photographers. Designers who can see color in a sunset, not just in a generated palette. Designers who can look at real life and bring that realness into the work. Because when everything starts to look the same, the human hand becomes valuable again. The real eye becomes valuable again. Taste becomes valuable again. Craft, talent becomes valuable again. And if you are a designer listening to this, I want you to hear me clearly. This is not the time to fall behind, but it is also not the time to become a machine. Learn AI, use AI, play with it. Let it take some admin off your plate. Let it help you structure your thoughts. Let it help you move faster, where faster is actually helpful. But also learn print again. Learn the technical side of design again. Understand how your beautiful screen design becomes something real in someone's hand. Draw again, even if it's badly. Paint again, even if it's just for yourself. Go outside, look at real colors, notice shadows, touch paper, take in the realness of the world. Listen to people. Watch how they move. Watch what they care about. And pay attention to life, because that is where your creative advantage still lives. Not only in your programs, not only in your prompt, not only in the newest update, but in you, in your eye, in your hands, in your lived experiences, in the way you see the world, and in your environment, your country that you're from. And yes, staying relevant matters. I need to say that too, because sometimes creatives can get very romantic about the old ways. We say things like back in my day, and listen, I love a little nostalgia. I really do. Give me paper samples, old magazines, beautiful print, a proper layout, a pencil sketch, and I'm definitely very happy. But nostalgia cannot become stubbornness. We cannot sit in the corner complaining about change and then be surprised when the industry moves without us. No one is going to wait for us while we moan. And I say that with a lot of love, because change is the only consistent in life. And in design, that has always been true. So, yes, honor your craft, your talent, whatever you do, photography, illustration, design, but protect the human part of it. Hold on to your taste, keep learning, keep updating, keep asking, how can this tool help me without replacing my thinking? That is the balance, not the fear, not the worship of something new, but the balance. Use the tools, but do not let the tool use you. I think the designers who will do well in the next season are not the ones who shout the loudest about being anti-AI, and not the ones who hand over their whole creative brain to a machine either. I think the designers who will stand out are the ones who can hold both. The ones who can be modern and human, fast and thoughtful, digital and tactile, efficient and soulful, strategic and creative. The ones who can use AI in the background but still bring a very real human point of view to the front. Because that is what clients will need. They will not need more options. They will not need more content. They will need something that feels true. They will not need more noise. They will need clarity. And that is where you come in. Not as the person who just makes the thing, but as the person who helps them understand what the thing should be. That is a different level of value. That is where design becomes more than design. That is where we go beyond the visual and into the thinking, the business, the feeling, the guidance, the human work. And honestly, that is where I have always believed the real design work lives. So maybe this is where I want to leave you today. Don't be scared of AI. Learn it, use it, let it help you. But don't let it take over the part of you that makes you an actual designer. Your eye, your taste, your story, your hands, your lived experiences, your ability to sit with a messy brief and slowly turn that into something beautiful that makes sense. Because the world does not need more perfect things. We have enough of that. The world needs work with a pulse again. Work with a little bit of dirt under the nails. Work that feels like someone was there, someone thought about it, someone cared. And maybe that is the most beautiful reminder of all of this. The future of design is not in being less human. It's actually asking us to become more human again. So thank you for being here. We'll talk again soon. Bye.